Question 2. How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? To be able to evaluate how effective the combination of my main product and ancillary tasks are, you need to understand what effectiveness is. The dictionary definition of effectiveness is the degree to which something is successful in producing a desired result, which is success. In terms of my own media product, the ways I wanted my A2 advanced portfolio to be successful was to create a professional-looking product that was interesting, display my artist in a positive light in order for her to be relatable to my target audience, a teenage white-dominated student demographic. In terms of real media products, you need to understand how to create synergy from one text to another, which for me meant that I had to create cohesion across different media platforms with my moving picture music video, my 8-panel digipack, the poster for the digipack, and my tour poster for a magazine. By using synergy between my media products, I am therefore creating an identifiable brand. The most significant of these was the lighting exposure I used. I used high key lighting and high exposure on the camera in order to create an overly light and bright look. This was inspired by the music video of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, as she too uses this look between her different videos. What this connotes to my audience is innocence and purity, which is to show that my artist has felt pain and has been vulnerable before, in order to create an identifiable narrative with my audience. Another way I created cohesion between my products was through the consistent mise-en-scène, particularly the costume I used. Because my video was purely performance with just my artist, I had to find a way that would get people to recognise her in the digipack, the posters, and her music video. I therefore used a green velvet dress for her iconic look, which is something that a lot of stars use in order to be identifiable, which also helps create an identifiable brand. I also kept the background plain by only using the studio's white backdrop in order to make my artist the sole focus of the video. A combination of this and the high-key lighting, I have therefore created a star persona for my artist, which therefore makes my products look far more professional, and therefore the audience will be likely to buy their products, as they will think that they will be paying for good quality products, which is the main aim of these media texts, to make money and endorse the artist. The mise-en-scène I have used also keeps identifiable my target audience, as it keeps everyone included. For example, if I had used a room with particular decorations, it may have segregated those who did not identify with that particular background, whereas now it remains universally identifiable. I used the same font for my digipack and posters as I did within my music video to create an iconic brand logo for my artist. It was a simple font I found on Photoshop that I edited by adding an inside drop shadow with a distance of 7, a drop shadow of 5, and a stroke of 1. I used the same photo editing techniques by using brightness and contrast tool to create an even higher exposure. Because the pictures on the digipack were different to those I used on the posters, I therefore had to adjust the pictures accordingly in order to create a similar effect. However, on the images I used for the digipack, I used the filter tool to create tints on the images to create green and blue effects over them, to not only make them look more interesting but to connote to feeling down, which is a theme in the song I have created my music video for and which I have focused on. The camera angles I used were mainly portrait shots of her face from a high angle to show how she was feeling vulnerable, but I also used images of her standing empowered in the digipack to also subvert the female stereotype that she was weak, and that you could still be a strong person if you have your issues to deal with, which would be the message to the audience of these products, as they would be able to respond with their own teenage struggles and these emotions, which again keeps my artist relatable to the audience, thus being a televised bard. On the posters, I have a shot of her back with her face turning back towards the camera. Not only is this shot type used within my music video, creating further synergy, but it also uses the enigma technique by making her look mysterious and secretive, connoting that you would have to buy her digipack or buy a ticket to her tour to find out what the secret is, which would be a clever marketing technique in order to sell more products of the music video. If given the chance to create these products again, I would use different costumes and editing techniques of my ancillary products to my main product, as typically, though having an identifiable brand, real artists use a variety of different looks to create an identity for themselves. This is usually to start trends and get people talking about their iconic looks. I would therefore use more than one quirky outfit to create my alternative star persona. The editing techniques I use created a good overexposed look, and the colours have connotations with deeper meaning. However, I see this as the biggest weakness of my products. Though I liked each individual photo being a slightly different shade, the typical convention would have them all the same shade of colour in order to not confuse the message but also to make it look a lot more professional and expensive looking. However, having said this, I think the main strength of the way in which my main product and ancillaries work together is through the use of mise-en-scène and the lighting in which it was shot. It all connotes the narrative I wanted the performance video to highlight, and it therefore keeps identifiable with my selected target audience. The high exposure makes the video look classic and uses the same conventions as the Wrecking Ball music video, which creates my artist to look vulnerable, which makes her look human as well as a star to create a down-to-earth characterization.